Hey, what's happening, my fellow YouTubers? I normally would be walking out in nature and getting that good aspirina, but it's raining very heavy down here in Florida. But today's topic is it's okay to walk alone. Now, I want to put this in its proper context because I'm not meaning alone where you don't have, a social life, or you don't have the people that you want in your life, or you feel like that, that you gotten to a point where how can I say this, where you feel like you have to get away from everybody because you're starting to get like different understandings about yourself, especially when, and it's really important when you start to know who you are, your values, what you're willing to accept, and what you're willing, not to accept. And I want to tell you this. One thing happens when you start walking alone is when you start telling the truth about certain things, and especially to loved ones or people that you care about, or so-called care about you. And when you come with, understanding and love, you'll really see who they really were anyway. And what it does is it'll go and just like prove your whole point. I had a friend, he wrote me the other day, a good friend. He in the penitentiary right now. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my man Dion. And when he wrote me, one thing that stood out was like, he was like, all that money we was getting, you know what I'm saying? And we was doing this. One thing I checked was the times when we would work out together, that we would hang out and, you know what I'm saying, and just kicking and cooling and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here was like, yo, he was the dude. And he, you know what I'm saying? He helped a lot of people out, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that stuck out to me was all that money and all that success, it didn't mean nothing until he was without it. Now, back to how does that play into walking alone? Me personally, I'm getting to the point in my life, or I'm already at the point in my life that, people that say they love me, do you really love me? You know what I'm saying? Are we really beneficial to each other? Is our relationship beneficial to each other? And a lot of times when you get to the meat and gravy of things, you see that it ain't, And it's a hard road too, because when you express things to people, and it can be nothing but the truth, because the only thing when they come back with is a insult, or you're broke, or I'm this and I'm that, and you're this. It really goes to show you what you said really hit, hit where it needed to be. So what I would encourage people to do now is to, like I said, reevaluate your relationships. And when you reevaluating your relationships, it really starts with reevaluating yourself. You know what I'm saying? I mean, cars, money, all that things. Those are nice things to have. And one thing I want to stress out: just because you're woke doesn't mean you have to be broke. But at the end of the day, those things are fleeting. They go away. But how about those good memories, those times that we spent together, all those things? You really can't put a price on it. You see what I'm saying? So when you tell the truth a lot, you'll start making enemies, and you'll be surprised who your enemies end up being. But that's okay, I like where my life is headed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not bitter about anything, and I understand that the path that I'm on, a lot of times I'm gonna have to walk it alone. I'm gonna tell you what was crazy. It was a couple weeks ago, and I was talking to this mailman, this brother, and we, you know what I'm saying, we be talking and building and stuff, and he told me something that I really needed to hear that day. And I don't know why he told me that, but he said, the path that you on alone right now. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So then that really started making me what's the word I'm looking for? Start evaluating myself, start evaluating relationships and things like, do I need these people in my life? You know what I'm saying? And all that. But do I really need these people in my life? Because when it gets down to it, I really know what they really think about me. Come on now. I know you weren't ready for that type of teaching. See, it's a lot of people that you be around. They say they love you and stuff, but really in the back of your mind, you know what they really think about you. So with that being said, one thing I encourage you to do is, is to start just taking real trips within yourself right here and start evaluating, are these people here for me? Do they really love me like they say they do? Or like I said yesterday in my video yesterday, does their love come with a butt? You know what I'm saying? See, one thing I'm learning is, the more conscious I'm becoming, the more my ego comes out and be like, oh yeah, you've learned this now. You've learned, yeah, you can tell people what it is right now. But no, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around people that, talk to people that they're conscious and aware. But when you really break it down to the, to the lowest common denominator, you still working on things yourself. These things that you say that you don't hold too much weight in, money, cars, all those things. Actually, you really do. And when you weigh it in is when you feel like you made it. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a crazy thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's also a relieving thing too as well, because what happens is when you start like really evaluating these relationships, the universe will start doing what they call a spring cleaning. Sometimes you got to spring clean people out your life. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you don't love them or anything like that, but they no longer serve their purpose for you. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to leave you, just encourage you to, like I said, just keep taking that inner trip within yourself, finding out who you are and knowing what standards that you stand for, whether you have money or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just because you're woke doesn't mean you have to be broke as well. So always keep striving. You know what I'm saying? One thing I'm learning that is I'm learning how to manage my money. I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, what works for me. I know that I'm not meant to be working for nobody. So now I'm working on things to be my own businessman. And some days it gets tough a little bit. You be like, damn, I wish I had this. No, you have everything that you need. When you was created and born, you was already born with everything that you need. You ever wonder why you really have to go to the grocery store and buy fruit? Ask yourself, did they even create the fruit? So, you know what I'm saying? Did they create the dirt that the fruit or the vegetables grew out of? So you have to start thinking of things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage you're never alone. Like I said, when you feel like you're alone, that's when you go way deep within yourself, and you'll find that you have everything that you need. Now, another thing, I want to talk about health as well. So if you have like any, I want you to encourage to, in a nice, subtle way, because we always want to be in order. And that's one, that's one more thing I'm going to do too. Even, and I had to check myself on that, even if people I've perceived have done me wrong, I still don't talk nothing bad about them. When you even like calling yourself venting and talking to other people and stuff, you really don't want to do that, because one, you're keeping that energy going. Two, the person that you're telling it to can also use that against you later on when you say something that they don't like. You understand? So always be cognizant, aware, and just, and just take everything that life gives you, and just know that there's always a brighter side of things. That every day you waking up, that sun you're rotating around that sun, you're winning. And don't stop. Do not stop. I'm talking about until they put you in the ground, you don't stop. You understand? You pick yourself up. And that's what I mean is it takes a real, you know what I'm saying? It takes a strong person to sometimes have to walk alone. You know what I'm saying? But health is your wealth. So if you have any, your mom, your dad, your uncles, or your cousins that are overweight, but you still sit around them, look, just tell them like, hey, let's go eat some fruit today. Let's go do something healthy. Because the way that you look on the outward is really how you feel about yourself inwardly. Okay? So to all my fellow YouTubers, you have a great day. Take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, take that trip within yourself. And treat yourself like you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? You might be with somebody that may be making a little bit more than you, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that your grind has to stop, or that your grind is not as well as their grind. You understand? So, like I said, I just encourage you to do that. You take care. Love.